Badminton. Sports background. The sport of badminton began in the ancient civilizations in Europe and Asia. Badminton was known in ancient times. It is an early form of the sport and it was played in ancient Greece. In Japan, the related game Hanetsuke, a traditional game in Japan, it is similar to racket games like badminton but without using a net. It was played with a hagoita and a colored shuttlecock, and it was played as early as the 16th century. In the West, badminton came from a game called battledore and shuttlecock, in which two or more players keep a feathered shuttlecock in the air with small rockets. The old name of badminton is called Pune in India during the 18th century, and British Army officers stationed there took a competitive Indian version back to England in 1860s, where it was played at country houses as an upper-class amusement. The sport of badminton takes its name from Badminton House, home of Duke of Beaufort in English country of Gloucestershire. In the year 1873, the Duke is credited with bringing a version of the game Pune back from India and introducing it to his guests. Until 1887, the sport was played in England under the rules that prevailed in India. The basic regulations were drawn up in 1887. In 1893, England is the one who published the first set of rules. They also started the All England Open Badminton Championships. It is the first badminton competition around the world. In the year of 1899, Prakash Padukone, the father of badminton, and Jwala Gutta is the mother of badminton. The definition of badminton. Badminton is a racket sport who take position on opposite halves of the rectangular court that is divided by a net. The player scores a points by striking the shuttlecock with the racket so that it will pass over the net and lands in their opponent's side. The rules of badminton. 1. Wait. A player must wait until his opponent is ready before serving. If the opponent attempts a return, meaning he is ruled being ready. The feet of the players. The feet of the players must remain in stationary position until the serve is made. In this time, the player's feet cannot be touching the line. Shuttlecock cannot be slung. The shuttlecock cannot be slung, neither caught with the racket. Scoring system. The traditional scoring system was 15, except for women's single, which played up to 11. This was changed in May 2006. The match consists of 3 sets of 21 points. Each serve of both teams, there is a point scored. The team that wins the rally adds a point to their score. If both teams tied at 20 points, the side who gains points lead first wins the game. If both teams tied at 29 points, the team who scored 30 points first wins the game. The side that wins the game will serve in the next game. Faults in badminton. First, service faults in badminton. While serving, there are few important things to keep in mind. A service fault is a very common fault and many players tend to make it. Second, service receiving faults. While returning or receiving a service, a player must not keep a few things in mind which comply with the rules. They are: the receiver must never charge at the server or never move before the services has been made. You may not move your feet away from where you're standing. Receiver must also not make any gestures or sudden movements so as to distract the server. Contact faults. During play, if the player touches the net or the player's racket hits the net, it is called a fault. Double hit foul. You are not allowed to hit the shuttlecock twice. Otherwise, it is called a foul. Over the net fault. If the shuttle has been hit by a player who presumes it will come over the net, when it wasn't passing the net, it is said to be a fault. Basic skills. First basic skills is grip. Forehand grip. It is mainly used for a forehand overhead shots. This is an easy grip for a beginner to learn. It provides a useful reference point for learning the other grips. Panhandle grip. Used for forehand shots in front of your body. It is useful to many forehands in the middle court or at the net, but not in the rear court. Thumb grip. This grip is like a backhand version of a panhandle grip. It is mainly used for a backhand where the shuttle is in front of you. Backhand grip. This is a less extreme version of a thumb grip. Second basic skill is stance. The correct use of stance is to retrieve your opponent's shots and it will definitely give you an advantage during a long rally. Attacking stance. Use this stance whenever you hit an overhead forehand stroke. Defensive stance. The key to a strong defense is to retrieve your opponent's smash by using a defensive stance. To have a better balance, you need to raise your non-racket arm. Net stance. It allows you to take the shuttle at the highest point when you are at the net. The third basic skill is footwork. Lunge. This is frequently used in badminton. Use the non-racket arm behind the body to balance your move. Scissor kick. This can be used to deliver a power shot from the back of the court. Crossover step. This type of step formation can be used to move on any corners in the court and does allow players to move further and faster, especially towards the net. The fourth basic skill is serve. Serve is important so that your team will not lose a point after making the serve. High and deep serve. These take position near and on the proper side of the center line and about 4 feet behind the short services line. Usually executed when you want the shuttle to land at the back end of the court. Low and short serve. This is used when you want the shuttlecock to land in front of the court. A good low serve means when the shuttlecock will just pass above the net. Flick serve. This serve can be useful by tricking your opponent. The fifth basic skill is shots. Drop shot. This is used when the shuttle is heading towards you in the back court. Smash shot. Most dangerous shot in badminton. This is used when shuttle is high in the air and can be angled downwards. Clear shot. The goal to this shot is to let the shuttle fly high in the air and land at your opponent's backcourt. Sixth basic skill is stroke. Overhead forehand stroke. It is a very common and is used most often in badminton. This stroke generates the most power. Overhead backhand stroke. This tends to be the main weakness of many people. They tend to get the wrong techniques. Many people tend to perform this stroke as a tennis backhand, and that is why they fail to generate power with this stroke in badminton. Underarm forehand. This is performed when your opponent hits a drop shot to you. Player. Singles. One player each side of the court. Doubles. Two players each side of the court. Mixed doubles. One male and one female each side of the court. Equipments. Badminton racket. Made from a carbon fiber. It has a maximum length of 27.77 inches and 9 inches width. Weight is 70 to 95 grams, not including the strings. Shuttlecock. It is known as shuttle or birdie. It acts like a ball on other racket sports. The shuttle is made of 16 goose feathers and it is attached to the base. Weight is 4.5 to 5.50 grams. The length of the shuttle is from 2.44 inches to 2.75 inches with a hard cork in the tip. Net and post. The net divides the court into two sides. The height of the badminton net is 5 feet. The width is 30 inches wide and 3-inch white tape doubled over top. Court. The badminton court is 13.4 meter long and 6.1 wide. For singles, the court is marked 5.18 meter wide. The diagonal length of the full court is 14.366 meter.